born, we all get to go home.
You need to decide right now who you are.
This place, it doesn't give. It takes.
Are you okay?
No, I don't think any of us are gonna be.
You said that you were gonna let this place break you. This place is one.
What is up, everybody? Jeremy Eisenfire here, and welcome to the channel. Well, here we are, folks. The ending of From Season 3 is upon us as we approach Revelations Chapter 2. And with multiple storylines still hanging in the balance, it should be interesting to see which ones they tie up in Season 3 and which ones they choose to carry over to Season 4, along with whatever big revelations they have planned for the finale, which will hopefully lead to some definitive answers, but will most likely also set up some new questions as well. And taking a look at the Season 3 finale trailer, it looks like things are certainly getting ready to come to a head. The trailer starts off with some dialogue from Elgin, stating that once the baby is born, we all get to go home, as we see Boyd, Donna, and Sarah walking up the stairs looking like they're getting ready to confront him. Which is making me wonder if Sarah has been hearing more information from these voices that potentially helped point her in Elgin's direction. Or perhaps Elgin's conversation with Ellis in episode 9 gave away a little bit more than he intended, as he was coming across a little bit sus during that exchange. And whichever happens to be the case, it certainly seems like Elgin is going to have some massive explaining to do. But next, it looks like we also have another cameo from Father Cautry coming in the finale, as he states to Boyd that he needs to decide right now just who exactly he is. While we also get a shot of Jade playing the trusty violin once again in front of the bottle faraway tree with Tabitha in front of him. And an interesting tidbit about the actor who plays Jade, David Alpay, he is actually a world-class violinist, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was really him playing in these scenes. And seeing as the violin originally belonged to Miranda, I wouldn't be surprised if Jade is playing it at Tabitha's behest in hopes that it will unlock some other memory or some other vision. And I'm also really looking forward to seeing this cameo scene of Father Cautry and Boyd. Towards the beginning of the season, it seemed like Boyd was having regular conversations with Cautry, as it appears that he was returning quite often. And with Cautry stating to Boyd that it's time that he decides just who exactly he is, I get the feeling Boyd is going to be faced with some kind of dire choice in the finale. One that will most likely have lasting consequences. But next we see a shot of Victor and Henry in the woods, as Victor appears to be studying something on the ground. Followed by a scene of Sarah stating that this place doesn't give, it only takes. And I get the feeling she is most likely talking to Elgin here, as it seems like from the background wallpaper, she is still inside Colony House. And I imagine this is her trying to get through to Elgin, to convince him to let them know where Fatima is being held, and to also convince him that what he is doing is certainly not going to be for the betterment of the town. And if nothing else, it's very ironic for Sarah to be the one to try and convince Elgin of this, as she has been through these very same manipulation tactics early in Season 1, when the voices were also trying to convince Sarah that if she just does what they say, it will lead to all of them going home. So if nothing else, there's probably nobody better suited in the town to get through to Elgin than Sarah in this moment, as she has been through exactly what he is going through, and knows just how effective their manipulation can be. But next, we get a very intriguing shot of what appears to be the monsters underground staring at somebody, almost as if they are gathered around watching something, maybe even the birth of the kimono creature's baby, perhaps. As it appears, we can also see the back of somebody's head in the shot as well, but it's very difficult to make out who it is. Judging by the hair, it could potentially be the kimono creature herself, or maybe even Fatima. At first glance, I thought this could potentially be taking place inside the hidden room where Fatima is being held captive. But upon closer inspection, it looks like they are most likely underground in the caves. And if this is indeed the monsters gathering around to watch the birth of said child, it's going to be very intriguing to see what exactly Fatima does give birth to in the end, and what role it will play in the future of the show. We hear in episode 9 that Elgin was convinced that this baby was meant to do good, and has already helped them in the past. But I think Elgin is quickly going to find out that he has made a massive mistake here in trusting this kimono creature. And it looks like the birth will indeed be happening in the season finale, as we also see another shot of what appears to be Fatima in labor. But next, we also get a shot of Christy and Mari in the medical clinic, as Christy is asking her if she's okay, with Mari stating that no, she is not, and she doesn't think any of us will be okay. As we also get another shot of Randall outside of the clinic in what appears to be in distress, with another cicada attack being brought on. And up until this point, Mari has definitely been holding it together the best out of the three of them, but it seems like even she is starting to be pushed to the limits. We learned in a previous episode that Mari is also experiencing some sort of cicada trauma as well, where she still feels like these cicadas are crawling all over her at times, which gave us the complete collection of sight, sound, and touch, with Randall seeing the cicadas, with Julie hearing the screaming, and now with Mari feeling them still on her. So if nothing else, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens to the three of them. At the end of Season 2, I think a lot of us were left wondering if this whole cicada problem was really over. After Boyd destroyed the music box, it seemed like that was the end of it, but I had the feeling it was not going to be fully over, and it seems like that is certainly the case. Which also begs the question, just why exactly are Julie, Randall, and Mari experiencing this at all? And what exactly is the endgame here? Is this all psychological trauma from their aftermath of being in the cicada coma? Or is there something still inside them? It did seem a little too convenient or even easy how Boyd managed to vanquish this cicada entity by simply smashing this music box, but I get the feeling it is not fully gone, and I don't think this is all psychological on their part. But next, we get another shot of Jade playing the violin in front of the bottle tree, with Tabitha there as well, with a very strange look on Tabitha's face, and maybe playing the violin by Jade did indeed shake loose some other kind of vision or memory for Tabitha that will hopefully give us a more definitive answer as to what exactly was happening to her at the end of episode 9. Is Tabitha really the reincarnated version of Miranda? Is Tabitha really Victor's long-lost sister Eloise? Or could there be another explanation entirely? Up until now, it seems like the reincarnation theory and the Eloise theory seems to be the two most popular ones going around the fandom, so it's going to be interesting to see what is really going on here and who Tabitha really is. But whatever the case ends up being, it seems like one thing is very clear. Tabitha certainly seems to have some kind of deep connection to Victor and the Kavanaugh family as a whole, one that will hopefully be revealed in the finale. But next, the trailer ends with another voiceover from Father Cautry, stating to Boyd that you said this place wouldn't break you, but this place has won. And this, of course, has been a major theme throughout Season 3, where the entire town and the monsters have been doing everything they possibly can to break Boyd's spirit, with Boyd doing everything he can to try and resist it, but it seems like it's getting tougher and tougher for Boyd to resist that feeling of hopelessness, as we see Boyd descending down into the caves, and in his hand it seems like he's carrying the very same lantern that was in Fatima's hidden room, which leads me to believe that the hidden door that Fatima found in episode 9 most likely will end up leading to the caves, which is a little bit disappointing. After all, I was hoping that this hatch was going to lead down to Desmond pushing a button every 109 minutes to keep the world from ending, but unfortunately that doesn't seem to be the case. But I'm also left wondering why Boyd is entering this cave to begin with. Does Elgin potentially end up coming clean and let them know where Fatima is being held, only for Boyd to arrive too late and the monsters have already taken her down into the caves? Or could Boyd be following some other kind of clue entirely? But either way, it certainly seems like we have a pretty interesting finale on the horizon, one that I'm hoping not only ends with a big bang and some interesting revelations, but also sets up some new mysteries heading into Season 4 and beyond. And it should also be interesting to finally see what Fatima is really giving birth to after all. But there we have it, folks, the final teaser trailer for the Season 3 finale of From, entitled Revelations Chapter 2. And definitely leave your thoughts and your predictions for the finale down in the comment section. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash that like button on your way out, and come and join us this Saturday live for our Episode 10 pregame show. And after the finale, don't forget to come and join us for our complete From rewatch parties, starting all the way from Season 1, Episode 1, to see what kind of new clues we can pick up on now that Season 3 is over. And until next time, keep those tinfoil hats on, From fans, don't be afraid to dive into that rabbit hole, and we will see you on the next one.
Once the baby is born, we all get to go home.
You need to decide right now who you are.
This place, it doesn't give. It takes.
Are you okay?
No, I don't think any of us are gonna be.
You said that you were going to let this place break you. This place is one.
Okay, ding-dongs. If you don't subscribe to Jeremy Eyes and Fire, you're gonna spend the night in the box.